Hello, Marian. How you doing? I can't hear you just yet. Let me see if we can. I'll try and unmute you. If you've got a headphone set up, maybe turn the volume up if you can on your computer, or if you're connected to headphones. There we go, Marian.
Can
How
hear
you
you
doing?
now. Good, thank you. How are you?
I am grateful and thankful. That's what I am. Thank you so much for coming on last minute. Marian saved the day. Literally would have known to celebrate only for you hopped on like that tonight, last minute like that. And I'm so grateful to you, Marian, for that. I'm
No
so
problem.
grateful. And
I
there's
did do
lots.
a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was very much like, oh no, I want to go and hide.
Yeah,
I
there
was
we
like, no,
go.
no, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes.
Five, four, three, two, one. Those you don't know what that is. It's a mechanism developed by Mel Robbins, which means five, four, three, two, one. Take emotion out of it. When you've counted down, you've no more numbers left, and eventually you just have to bite the bullet and say yes to it. And the beautiful thing about that is you don't become more confident by doing things that you're competent in. You become more confident by doing things that scare you, like this, Marion. And I'm so proud of you. And by the way, so many comments here. Deborah Hunt, lovely to see you, Marion. Jenny Newport, hi, Marion. Sneska, hello, Marion. Sue Martin as well, hello, Marion. So many comments, people saying hello and welcoming you in. So, Marion, thank you for hopping on. So, why don't we start right at the beginning? And if you could share a couple of perhaps your toughest moments in terms of what you've had with your weight before we met.
Um, well, I've been overweight for my whole life, so as far as I can remember, first memories, some of my first memories as a child, I remember being taken to a dietitian at the Sick Kids Hospital when I was about 8 years old, because I was bigger than the average child. And if I look back at photographs now, yeah, I probably was bigger than the average child, but I was not huge. And it obviously made food a real focus in life for me. So everything was about food from that young age. And prior to that, I had family issues. Like my dad was an alcoholic, and control in my home was very difficult to have. So food was something I used as a control thing. I could control the food, and I would eat food for comfort. So it just exacerbated from that. So 8 years old at the dietitian, making food, everything. By the time I was about 12 or 13, I was at Weight Watchers, and I was quite a fussy eater. So I seemed to eat quite a lot of cottage cheese at that point. I'm sure my mum bought it in bulk from the local Presto at that time. And I had cottage cheese with everything. So it's gone back that far.
Oh my God.
And over my whole, over life, I have put on weight, lost weight, put on weight, lost weight. And then about 10 years ago, I had a sleeve gastrectomy. So that was this is it, I'm going to do this, this will be it, I'll lose all the weight and I'll never come back on. And yeah, I did lose weight, cost me a lot of money. I did lose weight over about a year, got down to probably about size 16, 18, but never fixed my mindset, never fixed my head. So when things started to go wrong, I started to eat again. And whilst I still can't eat a full meal, I could not eat it's difficult for me to eat a full meal with a full portion of protein and things, and I have to spread my meals out over a day. I can eat snacks, so I can eat crisps, and I can eat biscuits, and I can eat chocolate. All those things that are not good for me to eat are the things that I can eat without any problem. So the weight gradually went back on and on and on. So realised that it's a mindset thing for me. I can eat the healthy food, I can do the exercise, but I need to sort out my head. And I've been on holiday this summer and had a really good holiday, but was still avoiding getting my photograph taken. Didn't want to be seen in the photographs. And really, I'm there making memories when my whole family were there. And it's a time that we should be taking photographs, because I should be in all those photographs so that I can look back at them in years to come, and avoided them because of the size that I am. And just probably a few days after I came back, I had seen somebody I knew had shared one of your posts. They had liked it, and it was from that I then got in touch. And then here I am now.
And what have you achieved? Well, first of all, what made you think we could help you, first of all?
I think it was the sustainability and the mindset side of things. It was because I knew it was holistic.
Yeah.
After what I had seen on the Facebook page, and when I had spoke to you by text, and then when I spoke to the person who gave me a call for my first call, I realised it was going to be that holistic approach, and that I knew that's what I needed. I knew that it's my head that I need to fix. And if I could get that fixed, then everything else would flow from that.
It has to be holistic because,
Yeah,
like, if it was as simple as just eat less, move more, there wouldn't be so many people in this world struggling. I think that's one of
exactly.
the dangerous expressions that's being popularized right now. Just eat less, move more. And yes, it's more sensible than eating cabbage soup all day, every day. So it's more sensible than the previous fads, but it's more damaging because it makes people feel like a failure because people expect it to work, but doesn't take into account eating behaviors, which is what you mean by mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
It's why we can easily cheat gastric sleeves and
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Oh yeah.
And what have you achieved?
I have lost 8.8 kilos since the beginning of August.
Yes.
I am now doing regular exercise and enjoying it.
Enjoying it.
Enjoying it. There's some things I still hate.
Lunges.
I hate what's it called? The one where you're on all fours and you're putting up opposite arm and leg. I hate that one.
Yeah.
I do it, but I hate it. But I enjoy the other things, and I've actually bought weights this week. I had extra weights this week because I have had for a long time a Les Mills Smart Bar and all the equipment, but never really used it. So it's sitting there, cost me a fortune.
Yeah.
So I bought, after Tristan's session on Thursday night, I bought bigger weights and to try deadlifting. So that is my next target, is to try and do some deadlifting. So at the moment, I'm just playing with these weights thinking, oh, well, that one's not too bad to lift, and that's a bit, I can do that. So I'm just working it up slowly to see what I can do.
That's exactly how it should be done. And you're in great hands with Tristan. Those you don't know, Tristan is our physiotherapist and S&C coach, and he's my coach. So he knows his stuff. Is a huge understatement for sure. And what were the reservations you had? Because obviously, if you have tried so many things, and obviously most people are often skeptical when they see stuff online or on Facebook. So, like, what were the reservations you had before?
I don't think I did have any reservations. I think I was pretty. It felt like it was real. I've never felt like I was being cheated. I just felt like this was going to be real, and everybody else thinks he's been genuine and been supportive. So I've never really had any reservations. I just thought this was going to work. I'm just going to, or I'm going to give it a bash. You know, it's one of those things.
That's actually huge strength, Marian, that you have that not everyone has, and that is being able to go into something with belief that it will work. Because if we go in with skepticism, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then if we believe we fail, we will fail. We'll self-sabotage. It's called blaming externals. We point fingers and we blame externals without taking responsibility. But going into something as a student and obviously wanting it to work and believing it will work, it's massive in terms of the impact that makes. And you've already referenced a few things that you're doing, which are great in terms of helping yourself, like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But there'll be some people here who perhaps are a bit less experienced than you, Marian, and are just starting their journey. And like, what advice would you give them? If you were to give someone 2 habits or 2 little things to try over the next week, what would they be?
Thing would be use the inner circle as much as possible. The support that you get from the inner circle, the information you can get from the inner circle is amazing, even just watching what everybody else is posting. But just the support you can get when you've got any queries or you want to go back and ask somebody. And I've never had anything like that before. And it feels safe because it's a group that's out with your whole friendship bubble. You're not posting something on Facebook and everybody from your work and all your friends and your family all know everything that you're posting. Exactly. It's a safe space to be able to share everything about how you're feeling and get that feedback. So that would be my number 1 tip. Use the inner circle.
That's really strong because we have over 3,000 ladies in there now who've lost weight sustainably. So if you think of the accumulation of the knowledge of those 3,000 ladies is massive. The inner circle is a powerhouse created by people as incredible as you, Marian. And I'm just so grateful for the fact that you've said that, because that is such a safe place. And don't, if you're watching this, don't say, oh, I'm not good on social media, or I don't like posting. I know it's uncomfortable, but so is your first set of lunges, so is your first chin up. And what else
I
would you
think
share?
I think if that's the only group you're in, you don't have to be in everything else. Just be in that one group and post in there, and know that it is secure. It's a safe space.
Sure.
It's not everybody who's going to see it. And my second thing, and I think I've enjoyed doing a lot of the reading that's been as part of the initial parts of the Sustainable Change Plan. But my favourite part has been the Miracle Morning. That's made a big change to me. So having a plan for your morning, I write down what my plan is, so I know what I'm going to be doing each morning. And it maybe is overkill for some people, but I actually write it down. Tonight I will write down what I'm going to do tomorrow morning, and it will be down to I will get up at this time, I will brush my teeth, I will drink some water, I will do my savers. I will, like this morning, it would have had Missy's workout in it. I will shower, I will get dressed, I will pick up my bag that I've got ready for going to work, I will collect my lunch from the fridge that I've made up tonight, like just all those things. So I've got a plan in the morning now, and I'm not just wasting time, and it makes me feel more productive.
And in control, I bet, as
In
well.
control, yeah.
And I can see, even when you list off what you've got in control there, you started to smile a little bit, Marian. I'm
Yeah.
sure you're aware of that, because it does build confidence, being in control and having these patterns of behavior that help you. And there'll be some people here watching this who are afraid of failing, who are skeptical, who are on the fence. What would you say to someone who's on the fence?
Just jump onto the right side of the fence and try it. Jump in,
Jump
jump
in.
over,
Oh, Marian.
and get started.
Well, look, what do they say? You only fail if you don't try.
Exactly.
If you don't try, we default. And I try and live by that as much as I can. So I will say to you, Marian, there are so many amazing comments here. Just people like bigging you up and saying it's so inspiring. Plan to fail, fail to plan. Just started. So Marian, please try and go back and go over some of those. There's only 1,300 to go through, so it shouldn't take
It's going to take me too long. One other thing I'd like to say, I messaged Jock about it this morning. Jock's my coach, and I had never really mentioned it to him before. I have suffered from depression a lot throughout my whole life, and a lot of the time, if I'm having a bad day, I want to just stay under my duvet. And Saturday was one of those days, and I woke up and did not want to get up. But after, I think it was one of these sessions a couple of weeks ago, and you were like, just try something. So I did try something. I got up and I had a shower, and I put on clean pajamas, and I had my breakfast, and then decided that it was going to be one of those days and I was going to go back to my bed. So I went back to my bed and I lay in bed and I listened to a book, and the day passed by. But I got up and had my nutritional lunch that I had planned, and I got up later and I had my dinner. So there was, and at the end of the night, I wrote down what I was going to do on Sunday. So Sunday was back to normal. I was back to normal on Sunday because I had a plan in place. And it was all because of doing classes like this and being able to speak to people and having that, like, being positive about it. So yeah, I lay down to how I felt on Saturday, but I did make some positive choices over the course of the day. And on Sunday morning, I didn't feel like I had failed on Saturday. I just felt that I had taken an opportunity to rest.
Oh, Marian, that's what you're talking about here. Is you took a priming day. Where you just prime. I'm so glad you've been paying attention, by the way. I love that. So you primed, you recognize, well, first of all, you did two things. One, you use the commit to a warm-up strategy, which is that, okay, so I don't want to get out of bed. What I will do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to have my breakfast. And I'll see how I feel after that. That way you're not trying to tackle the whole day, you're just tackling the breakfast. And then if you want to go back to bed, it doesn't matter. You've already done that one positive thing. Sometimes you might feel like you don't have to go back to bed. Sometimes you may have to or want to be able to prime yourself for the week. And you'll notice, I bet your Sunday was brilliant.
Yeah.
I bet your Sunday absolutely was brilliant. And I love that. And I had a very similar Sunday yesterday as well. I got my hair cut. And what else did I do? And I looked for the remote tirelessly. Maybe it wasn't as it should be. But Marian, that's a really important point that you make, because if you can take some of the things that we share here and even apply one thing, or even have a toolkit like that, for when you have those tough days, Because guys, and I mean this with sincerity, everybody watching this, the people like Marian who you admire, who are succeeding, who are winning, don't achieve it in the absence of trophies, they achieve it in spite of them. And I'm so proud of you, Marian, and so grateful that you've shared this, and thank you for coming on.
Okay.
And to everyone else too, thank you for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. I love seeing you guys, and if you are or haven't applied yet for a scholarship, do message us, pick me. And busy is the new stupid. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.